really ain't make a sandwich. You made the sandwich. But because they did the last step, they were able to contact that reinforcement. Hello to all of you positive parents. I'm Dom, the BCBA mom, and welcome back to my channel.
I'm Dominique, a board-certified behavior analyst, well-versed in applying ABA techniques to our everyday parenting lifestyles. And I'm a mom. More specifically, I'm a mother of a child with autism. If you are a proud parent of a child with autism or special needs, aspiring to become a BCBA, or just looking for some positive parenting tools to add to your toolbox, you're in the right place.
Okay, so today we are talking about learning. And when dealing with kids, guess what? There is a lot of learning involved. Kids, they come on this earth pretty much knowing how to do two things: eat and cry. Everything else has to be learned, and it has to be taught by who? You, the mom. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like every time I try to teach my kid a new skill, or, it's time for them to learn something new, either they shut down or they blow up. Kids want to learn, they want to grow, they want to be independent, but sometimes there can be certain things that may trigger a behavior because the task is just too difficult in the moment. How do we deal with that? I'm talking about basic skills like getting dressed, feeding yourself, doing homework. Can you identify certain times of days or certain activities that no matter how much you support or prompt, your kid either just blows up or shuts all the way down when you're trying to teach them something like this? I know for my house, I can think of three. That's homework time, when it's time to wash the dishes, his least favorite chore, as he says, and getting ready for school in the morning. But that's okay, because I have good news for you. I am coming to you today with 3 procedures to make learning effortless, y'all. After, you could just sit back and chill after that, because it's gonna be easy like Sunday morning. It's gonna make learning so much easier. But before we get into those, I need you to do one thing for me, is hit that subscribe button. This way you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos, because it gets better. Are you ready for it? Here it goes. Number 1 is you want to use behavior momentum. So behavior momentum is tossing out easy requests and easy tasks that your kids are likely to do. For example, give me a high five. So behavior momentum is easy task, hard task. Easy task, hard task. Easy, hard. And then you're creating a momentum, behavior momentum. You can use behavior momentum when it's time to transition, like when it's time to leave the park. It's really hard to get a kid from the slide to the car. You can't go from the slide to the car. Like, that's huge. So you can break it down, and you can have them, you can throw out easier tasks. So the first thing you can say was, okay, slide down. Okay, that's easy. I'll slide down. And then the next one you'll say, okay, follow me. And then they're following you, and you're already on your way to the final behavior, which is getting them into the car. So as they're following you into the car, you're explaining that it's time to go, and thank you for following directions. And so you want to give them lots and lots of reinforcement for following the first 2 steps. You said slide down, they slid down. You asked them to march, 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 march with me over this way. They marched with you. Wow, that's great marching. Now it's time to get in the car. Easy task, hard task. What comes after the hard task? They get in the car. Thank you, you're doing such a great job. You get to choose the song on the way home. So you let them know what they'll have access to after that last task. Easy task, hard. If you want me to take out the trash and I'm already laying in the bed, the first thing you want me to do is get up, please. Oh, that was easy. Let me get up. Okay, please put on your coat. Okay, put on my coat. Please take out the trash. You're already up. Your coat is already on. You will get less refusal, less non-compliant when you're already moving in the direction of where you want the behavior to end. All right, number 2 is behavior shaping. Now this is one of my favorite techniques. Anytime I go somewhere or I speak on behavior analysis or I do a training, I always do an example on behavior shaping because it's so good, it's effective, and I probably do it with almost everybody. If you've met me before, I've probably done a behavior shaping technique with you. You just didn't know it. Anyway, behavior shaping is when you think of, well, behavior shaping is kind of like this. You don't just say, hey, I want you to become a snake, and then it's a snake. No, you say, I want it to become a snake, so then you have to shape it, you have to mold it, certain things you have to do to it for a period of time until you get your snake.
Can I do my chest?
Does it look like a snake?
Yeah.
Yes. A really easy example of behavior shaping that we all are familiar with is when a baby takes its first steps. We don't wait for a baby to go from crawling to full walking before we say, oh, good job, you're walking. No, we actually reinforce every single step until we see the baby start walking. So if the baby pick his head up, then we say yay. When the baby starts crawling, we say yay. When the baby starts pulling up and walking even while holding on to things, we reinforce all of those steps. Those are called successive approximations, or the small steps that's going to get you to that big behavior, which is walking. If we did not reinforce all of those small steps, then the baby would be confused. Like, is this what you want me to do? Should I be doing this? Our kids know to do more of something when they get reinforcement for us. So we can use behavior shaping techniques to almost any. Behavior shaping is also really finding keyword, finding opportunities to provide reinforcement. So, for example, if you want your kid to come over to the table, sit down, and engage in their homework, a behavior shaping technique would allow you to, as they're walking towards the table, you can still provide reinforcement. You don't have to wait for them to get there, pull out their books, and start to give reinforcement. Number 3 is chaining behavior.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain.
3. So, behavior chaining.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just visiting.
Continue. Okay. So you want to use a behavior chain when you're teaching a skill that requires multiple steps in sequential order, like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. This can be for things like tying your shoe, making a sandwich, getting dressed. That's a good one. So there are 2 forms of behavior chain. There is forward chaining and backward chaining. Forward chaining is when you teach every single step in the order that it. So an example of forward chaining is like, let's say, teaching your little one how to tie their shoes. So you may start with teaching them how to just grab each lace. That's the first step. Grab each lace. That's super easy. They grab the lace. Good job, you did the first step, and then you do all of the other steps for them. They grab the lace, then you tie it together, bunny ear, loop it around, however you tie a shoe, boom, good job, okay? And then the next step is, all right, now you have to grab it. Now you have to tie it around. So those are the first two steps. They mastered the first two steps, and then mom, you're responsible for doing all of the other steps after that. That is forward chaining. Forward chaining has its pros and cons. Forward chaining is a great way to teach someone to do something in order, but it doesn't allow for the child to contact reinforcement of getting it done by themselves, because it's your responsibility to finish it off, okay? They started and you finish it. They still can learn how to do it with forward chaining, but it may not be as effective if they are not the ones who's finishing or contacting that reinforcement at the end. Which brings me to the second type of chaining, which is backward chaining. So backward chaining is teaching a skill in reverse order. So for example, if you are teaching your kid how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, even though you can't even make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and send them to school anymore, like everywhere has the no nut policy. Like, I really love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I'm just saying. So you're teaching your kid how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So moms, it's up to you. You get out all of the ingredients, the bread, the peanut butter, the jelly. You open the bag, you place it out. These are all steps. You're teaching them, modeling these steps for them. You spread the peanut butter. Are you watching me? Yes, I'm watching you. Then you spread the jelly. And then the kid is responsible for doing the last step. So the last step is, okay, Johnny, I want you to close the sandwich and we're done. So they close the sandwich. I made a sandwich, yay! And they're like, yay, I made a sandwich. They really ain't make a sandwich. You made the sandwich. But because they did the last step, they were able to contact that reinforcement. So the next time you're teaching this skill, you do all of the steps but the last two steps. So you do all the way up and you spread the peanut butter, but then you have them spread the jelly. So they spread the jelly, and then the final step after that, they close the sandwich and they're like, yay, I made a sandwich, right? They're closer. And then the next time you teach that skill, you have them spread the peanut butter, spread the jelly, and close it. So this is backward chaining. You are teaching them the skill backward. And when you teach it to them backward, it's actually more salient because they are in control of when that task is done and when they get to contact their reinforcement of eating their peanut butter and it's peanut butter jelly time. Okay, so that is it. I really hope you enjoyed those 3 procedures. Hopefully you can apply those to your kiddos. Ways to use behavior momentum and already just capitalize on, remember, easy, easy, hard. You can find ways to implement behavior shaping, and that's just finding any opportunity to reinforce that behavior as it's on its way to the final behavior. Okay? Or I hope you can find ways to teach a new skill using forward or backward chaining. Please comment below if you tried these procedures. Which one is your favorite? Which one works with your kids? what activity you did with your kids using these. And did it make learning easy? Did it make learning easy? Well, if so, just don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it if you're there. I know you're there. Share it with a parent that could benefit from these.
Here, and I'm her son. Bye! Have a scary night! No, seriously, do not leave down the comments or leave a dislike. Say hi, Kristen, which is me. Don't forget to subscribe. Get to subscribe!
And don't forget to subscribe.
Have a scary night! We're not trying to scare you, okay? Just make sure you don't leave a comment and say hi, Kristen, which is me. Bye!